Welcome to the Stop Italian Sounding podcast, uncovering authentic Italian food. I'm your host, Robert Campana, and join me as we delve into the rich heritage of genuine Italian food, exploring its legends, history, and traditions. Through important tips and insightful interviews with industry professionals, you'll gain a deeper understanding of authentic Italian food. Hey guys, ciao a tutti, and welcome back to another Stop Italian Sounding podcast episode. So, last time we spoke about reading the fine print. We're talking about things like made in Italy versus product of Italy, but then we also discussed imported from Italy, packed in Italy, and what they all mean. So I want to know if you started looking at the fine print. If you listened to our last show, that was the question I posed at the end, if you're going to start looking at the fine print. So I hope some of you actually did. Instead, today we're going to be talking about a logo that you've probably seen before on many products across the board while food shopping. It is a red and yellow logo, and it's not on all products. This red and yellow logo is known as the DOP logo, or PDO, which is the English acronym, but DOP stands for Denominazione di Origine Protetta, or Protected Designation of Origin. And a lot of times people message me and they say, look, I found this product with this logo. That means it's Italian. Yes and no. Yes, in the fact that some Italian products can actually have that logo. No, because it's a logo that is used all throughout the European Union. So, what do I mean by that? It specifically means, and I'll explain, that products could only be produced in a specific geographical location according to tradition, history, and know how. And we talk about many different products in Italy, but not only. A few examples like Parmigiano Reggiano or specific olive oil like Val di Mazzara in Sicily, or even traditional balsamic vinegar of Modena. These are just a few of many DOP products. And when I say DOP, I use that synonymously with PDO because PDO is the English acronym for this logo. And again, it means that these products could only be produced in a specific geographical location. So if we take, for example, Parmigiano Reggiano, Parmigiano Reggiano is a hard cheese made with cow's milk, and it could only be produced in a specific area in the Emilia-Romagna region. So we're talking about the area of Parma, Reggio Emilia, Modena, Bologna, a part of Bologna, and a part of Mantova, which is south of the Po River. And this cheese, of course, can only be produced there due to the history, due to the tradition, and due to the know-how. But if we take into consideration the raw material of this product, so milk is produced by cows, and cows graze that area and eat specific feed from that area. So eventually there will be a specific taste of that milk, thus impacting the final product, which in this case is Parmigiano Reggiano. And there is a DOP logo, which was established and created by the European Union to protect traditional and historical products all throughout Europe. It was created in order to protect against, of course, counterfeit, in this case, Italian sounding. But it was also created because they wanted to relaunch the areas outside of major cities, which were starting to decline because people were leaving those areas to going to bigger cities for jobs. And the European Union created this logo in order to value rural areas that produce these traditional products that have been around for many centuries, and in some cases 1,000 years. So it is a logo that is recognized all throughout the European Union, and other products in other countries could have this logo as well, such as French products or Spanish products or Greek products even. Um, this is a logo that is not officially recognized in the United States, so you could find Italian products with this logo. However, there is no legal jurisdiction behind it, meaning that if a producer were to copy, let's just say, I don't know, I'm just thinking of another product, Gorgonzola, okay? So Gorgonzola is a DOP product in Italy, in the European Union. If a producer outside of Italy were to create Gorgonzola, they would not be, let's just say, violating any type of IP. And I'm speaking from an American point of view, again, because DOP is not recognized here in the United States. However, DOP is recognized in countries where there is a bilateral agreement. And I could think of one prime example, and that's the CETA agreement, so the Canadian-European Trade Agreement, where there are many DOP products that are protected in Canada. And on the flip side, there are many Canadian products that are imported to Europe and protected within the European Union. So they do have a bilateral agreement. And there are a lot of DOP products from Italy in Canada that are protected from a legal point of view. So these are products that, of course, are historical for many of them. Like I mentioned, they could go back many centuries and 1,000 years. And the reason why this DOP is so important is because it kind of protects the way the products are produced. So, for example, if we go back to Parmigiano Reggiano, I always use that as the prime example. If one producer produces Parmigiano Reggiano in Italy, and then there's another producer that also produces Parmigiano Reggiano, they do have to follow a specific set of guidelines, which are extremely strict. So producer A can't do things their way while producer B does it another way. They have to do them more or less the same. That's because there is a governing consortium that sets forth these regulations, and they have people who actually go and check the products from an organoleptic point of view, even to make sure that there are no counterfeiting activities going on. So DOP is a protection for these products and also for the consumer, so the consumer knows that he or she is getting the real deal, which is very important. So anyway, next time you're in a supermarket, take a look at some of the products and read if you could find the DOP red and yellow logo. I mean, you kind of can't miss it because a lot of times it's on the front of the packaging. And again, it's not just Italian, it could be any other European product that is specifically linked to geographical location. So you may find things from Greece or Spain even. So anyway, take a look next time you go and let me know in my social comments. You could comment on any of my posts or any of my, or send me even messages even, and let me know if you're able to find specifically that DOP logo. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the stories of authentic Italian cuisine. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast for more insights and interviews. Also, feel free to reach out with your thoughts or questions on our social media channels at Stop Italian Sounding or on our website stopitasounding.com. Grazie a tutti e alla prossima.